Hello, race fans, and welcome once again. We're back here with the Apex This iRacing League. These are the C7DP cars, the Corvette prototypes here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. This is their third season. We're here at round 7 tonight, and the guys, they're just wrapping up qualifying here. This is a timed event. This league, they do mostly timed events anyway, and tonight's a 30-minute event. Damage is turned on. They don't have any limits on their incident points, and so no pit stop is required. Pretty good night out here tonight. 70-degree air temperature. Winds are only at 2 miles an hour. The track is a toasty 110 degrees Fahrenheit there, though. And the guys are just, like I said, they're wrapping up qualifying here. So before we head on down to the track, we're going to take a look at the point standings as they stand. Jared Haslam, he continues to lead with 117 points. Corey Mitchell in second. Dustin Burkhalter third. Bjorn Benches fourth. John Miller fifth. Tommy Regan sixth. Kent Kruger seventh. Troy Banks in eighth. Adam Baltudis ninth. And Joseph Mayer rounds out your top 10. Things starting to get a little tight there at the top. We're about halfway through the season now. This is in fact the halfway point. So that battle between Mitchell and Haslam is starting to heat up here, and we'll see what Corey's got for Jaron tonight. Looking down on the track now, it looks like let's see who's out on the track there. That looks like Kent Kruger there, doing some hot laps there. Right now his personal best is a 1:14.078. Trying to see if he can improve on that. So let's see if he improves. And not quite. Just a little bit off. 1:14.108. Here we have Troy Banks. He's currently sixth in the time rankings here. A 1:13.073, his personal best. You're looking to improve on that. And he does. New personal best. He's still sixth fastest, but it's a 1:12.986. There's Eric Elkins. He's currently ninth fastest. Now I wonder if normally they have an hour practice and the race starts at 9. But we're showing an hour and 20 minutes for some reason. I don't know why they have such a long session here. It seems like they're doing something a little different tonight. In the other series, this would actually be the qualifying session actually, and but this seems to be just the end of practice here. So we seem to have 20 more minutes of practice. Not sure if they plan on it running that much longer or not. Probably because the race is a little shorter. Most of their events are 40 minutes in length, and so the actual event itself is going to be 10 minutes shorter. So maybe they decided to stretch out practice a little bit. Mosport can be a bit of a tricky place to get used to. There's Jaron Haslam, your points leader. Currently 1:12.583 is personal best. a fairly decent field tonight. Got about 13 cars in the server so far. They run the Corvettes here on Wednesday night, and then tomorrow night they'll have the it's the GTE GT3 series running tomorrow night, and then Sunday evening they have the roof and the supercars. They'll all be running here at Mosport. That's Corey Mitchell, currently fastest tonight. He's the one chasing Jaron Haslam. Looks like he's just about to, he's real close to breaking 111. They're down into that 111 bracket. Looks like he might have hit a bit of traffic, and looks like he might have got out of shape there just for a second there. So this is probably a throwaway lap here. This track does have some somewhat weird undulations in it, and very abrupt changes in direction. It really keeps you on your toes all the time. That's a really, like a double right-hander there. That's a tricky one to get right. Oh, and did he hold? Yeah, he did save it. He didn't get the wall, but yeah, like I was saying, this place can kind of bite you really quick if you don't pay attention there. And even if you are paying attention, it still can bite you. The driver's trying to extract the absolute maximum out of the cars. And this is an open setup league as well, so the drivers get to set up their own cars to suit their driving style. Like Mitchell's going to head onto the pits there. See, there's Brandon Piper in the Valvoline machine. Dustin Burkhalter, currently 8th on the time charts. Let's see who's else on. We looked at Brandon Piper. Here's Jordan Johnson, currently 4th fastest. Let's see what his personal best is. It is a 1:12.424. It's only a 30-minute event, so I would think that their tires will hold up pretty well here. Johnson going for a little ride. About 14 minutes left in practice session. Oh, Piper just about to come around that last turn there and got away from him. He was really hauling the mail around there, trying to, like I said, get the most out of the car there. Here's Piper coming again. We'll take a look at that. Oh, it was already getting away from him before he was even setting up for that last turn. And it looks like he was just about to, I thought for a minute there he was going to just slide right through the apex there, right onto the straight, but it kept coming on around on him. Piper now, he's in looks like he's in the pits for a while there. Jaron Haslam, he was further down in the order. He's picked up the pace here now, that 1:12.340. Second only to Mitchell at this point. This is going to be a great battle between these two, I think. And if Dustin Burkhalter, if he has anything to say about it, he's going to stick his nose in there too. If one of them has a problem or have a bad day at the track. But if he is going to make a move, he's going to have to do it now, while there's still about about 5 rounds left, I believe. I think it's 11 or 12 rounds in the series, in this league. Looks like everybody else is in the pit here. Kent Kruger, he's getting ready to come out. Showing currently 10th on the charts. Hitting down that long backstretch. A series of S's here that it doesn't look that bad, but you can see right there, it can be somewhat deceiving. And there he goes into the tire wall. Here's Paul Lindsay, currently 3rd fastest. They've got about a little under 10 minutes to go here. We're going to step away for a moment, and we're going to keep the camera on the cars here on track for a bit, and we will be right back. Okay, we got about less than 5 minutes to go here. Burkhalter back on track here. Still showing eighth fastest. But trying to beat that 113.288. Getting ready to start a hot lap here. We'll see how he navigates that that last section there. Oh, Burkhalter got away from there a little bit. That's one thing about online racing, though. Car gets tore up, you can go right in the pits and voila, you've got a brand new one. If only you could do that in the real world. And obviously, they don't have damage turned off in this series. One of the other series they have damage is off, so even if the guy hits a wall, he can just turn around and just keep on going. But yeah, in this series, if you tangle with the tire barrier, you're gonna have to bring it in. Just over a couple of minutes now to qualify. Now they may or may not actually go to the race because sometimes they may set it up by mistake as a, I've seen that happen in the past. They meant to make it separate practice and qualifying. So we'll see what happens here when the timer counts down. Because I've never seen them actually have this long of a practice session, so it would not surprise me if that was done in error. But so we might actually, this might actually be their qualifying. But we'll wait and see here. Piper trying to improve on that fifth place. Now you see him pop out like that. That's another one of the pitfalls of online racing. Sometimes your connection to the server may not be 100%, and you'll see a car just basically just blink out like that. And that's definitely something that another driver, particularly one right behind that car, would not want to see. And that can be a little bit of an unnerving thing, not to know where that guy is, and it just completely, it's almost like you're driving along and somebody puts their hands over your eyes and you don't know what to do. But it's just another one of the challenges of online racing. There are other strange phenomena. There's the most notorious one is called netcode, where two cars, it looked like they're really close to each other, but you'll see all of a sudden one of them kind of shoot off to the wall, and it looks like he might have got hit, but in reality he didn't. So let's see now. Okay, we are moving to qualifying here. There we go. Make sure we're live here. Okay, see who's on the track. Oh, doesn't look like anybody's on there right now. Up here comes there's Shane Hunter. He's out for a lap. I'm showing Hunter, Lindsay, and Haslam out on track. For those of you that may be new to online racing, you have they have open qualifying, and they also have private qualifying. Where in private qualifying, you'll only see just yourself on track and nobody else. Of course, in open qualifying, you'll see everybody else on track, and you can tell when somebody else has gone out or staying in. Jordan Johnson now putting down the lap. So far, no time lapse have been recorded. This should have been his first hot lap here. Oh, Johnson hard into the wall. This may be a bit challenging for the drivers tonight. This place can be a bit of a handful. Here's Brandon Piper. We saw him go off near the last turn, trying to complete a lap. We'll see what happens this time. Jared Haslam, he's posted a timed lap there, 112.682. So right now, that is the time to beat. Not sure where my track map went. We're going to shut this down for a second and bring it back. There we go. Harriman, Lindsay, and Elkins are top three so far. There's Mitchell. Corey Mitchell just came up to P1 there. 112.152. And Haslam just beat him out. I'm sorry, that's Haslam that just beat out Mitchell with the 152 there. Mitchell was there for a split second. I believe Haslam must be right behind him. Yeah, there's Haslam. He's on track right behind Mitchell. So we'll follow Mitchell to the line here and see what he posts next time around and see if Haslam can match it. Mitchell out of that last turn. Does he improve on that 112.190? Yes, he does. And just like that, he was there like for a second, and then Haslam matched him almost identically. 300th of a second quicker. Boy, these two might really be duking it out on track. Brandon Piper currently 4th fastest. Definitely quick. You know, he can keep that car on track. Yeah, he's definitely got the speed and the quickness to be up there. That last lap was his personal best. Less than 4 minutes in qualifying now. Hassel now 3rd fastest. Good time there with the 112.253. I'm sorry, I'm Brandon Piper. I'm saying Hassel. He's still at the pole there. See, Lindsay, he's in, and we've got just under a minute and a half now. There's Jordan Johnson, showing 5th fastest. Troy Banks, he's down in P6 position at the moment. Trying to improve on that 113.222. Really caught those rumble strips and got in the grass there. Managed to save it, though. Of course, that cost him a good lap there. That probably invalidated the lap. You see that his lap time didn't change. Because if you go off track during a qualifying lap, that lap gets discounted. And it looks like everybody's in for the looks of it. Elkins, he's sitting there at the end of pit road, but less than a minute to go, or exactly just turned 9 minutes on the clock there, and he wouldn't have time to get around and start a hot lap anyway. So I do believe we're going to end up wrapping this up here very shortly. Okay, looks like we're rolling over to the race session here. Waiting for the server to reset. We'll bring up the qualifying results here. Even when it reaches 0, as far as qualifying, there's still a little bit of residual time there that counts off before we roll over. I think we just rolled over to the cars are starting to take the field now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the qualifying results here. We've got Jared Haslam, your pole setter, points leader, and pole setter. Corey Mitchell right behind him. 300ths of a second behind him, not far at all. Brandon Piper third, Paul Lindsay fourth, Jordan Johnson fifth, Troy Banks in sixth position, Shane Hunter seventh, Eric Elkins eighth, Dustin Burkhalter ninth, Kent Kruger is in 10th position. From ninth on back, they just didn't put a time down. This is how they're slotted. Joe Hansen Gates will start 11th, Bjorn Bench is 12th, and John Stapp will start in the 13th position. We're just waiting for the pace car to roll off. Everything's on a timer. Because even though I think it's like a 2-minute timer before they actually roll off the pace car to give everybody time to get on the track from the pits if they're making some last minute adjustments. Should be rolling off in about 5 seconds or so here. By having a pace car, obviously this will be a rolling start as opposed to a standing start. There's pace cars rolling, and take the field on their warm-up lap. Piper and Mitchell behind there. Boy, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here at the start of this thing. I would like to hope everybody gets through the turn cleanly. I think everyone's well aware of how treacherous the track can be. This is the Apex, this iRacing League C7DP Season 3 Round 7. Pace car bringing them down that long back stretch there. Making their way through the final turns here.
Green flag.
And we've got a green flag. And we're racing at Mosport. Like somebody was in the grass back there a little bit, but looks like everybody was still rolling here. Sean reports Troy Banks went off track a little bit. Jordan Johnson and Burkhalter. Oh, and Banks may be damaged there. Let's see what happened there. There's Troy Banks on the start. He went a little wide, caught a lot of grass, and he kind of grazed he didn't bang into the tire barrier too hard, but it was enough, obviously. It didn't damage the car too much. Able to keep it going. That did drop him to the back, though. Well, just about to the back. P10. Now we've got 3 drivers. Look like it. They may not have actually started the race. Maybe I don't know what happened there. Throwing benches. John Stapp and Johansson Gates are showing as out of the event. Hassel continues to lead. Guy reports George Johnson tangled with the wall. There's that last turn. We saw Piper do that in practice there. It did tag him. He didn't hit the wall that hard, though. Corey Mitchell has fallen all the way to P5. Not sure exactly what happened. It looked like we got a report that he went off the track. Let's see if we can go back and grab that and see what happened there. There's Mitchell right behind the leader. Piper, looks like Piper behind him. Mitchell just caught some grass there. Boy, this place can just really, if you get it wrong, it's going to punish you very quickly. Mitchell now, he was 5th. I think he's back up to 4th now. And based on their regular lengths, they tend to have 40 minutes to work with. They have 10 minutes left, so he doesn't have a lot of time to play around if he's going to get back to the front and try to gain more points and close that gap to Haslam in the championship standings. Haslam just about 2 seconds from Piper there. Banks will be in danger of going a lap down here. You look in the relative box in your lower right-hand side there. You see, for those of you not familiar with iRacing, if you see a driver there in the blue letters, that means he's either a lap down or he's in danger of being caught by the leader, and will be going a lap down if he gets caught, or another lap down if he's already a lap down. Piper trying to keep it from going into 2 seconds there. He's got a lot of pressure there from that's Lindsay actually that's moved into 2nd place. There's your leader Haslam up in the distance there. That double right-hander is super tricky there, folks. You really have to show it a lot of respect. Lindsay and Piper trying to catch Haslam. Right now they're one of the closest battles on the track. Got a report that Elkins crashed. Let's take a look back there and see what happened to Eric Elkins. Oh, and he just got loose coming off going. Maybe that looked like that was turn 1. Boy, he really tore it. All of the front of that car is missing. And I wonder if he's just going to tow in. Looks like he's towing in, I guess. And he's still in the pits. He might be there a while if they don't have fast repairs. There's your leader, Haslam. Lindsay, just like Piper, is trying to close that 2-second gap. He looked like he's kind of holding it to 1.7, 1.8. It's starting to creep down. It keeps fluctuating there. Now showing we're on lap 5. 6 minutes completed with 30-minute timed event. There's Haslam, followed by Lindsay. Piper not far behind. Whoa, Piper really grabbed a little bit of grass there. That opened up the gap a little bit for Lindsay. Here's Corey Mitchell, still running P4. He had that off in the opening laps and fell back to at least as far as P5. Him and Haslett were very they were leading the field in the practice times there. Piper and Lindsay, though, they're having a little something to say about it during the race now. Mitchell's not exactly, he is starting to, this Piper coming into view there, but he's definitely having to work to catch him now. Too many times I've seen it, you know, where the doing a really fast hot lap is one thing, but to then be out there and turn those consistent fast laps, you know, it might be a little bit harder. So far, Piper's managing to stay ahead. There's Brandon Piper in P2 position. Three leaders here, they have spaced out a bit. In fact, everybody has spaced out a bit. Sure, Troy Banks went off track again. Let's see what happened here. Caught some grass. Banks is in the pits, and actually he's decided to take it behind the wall there, so Troy Banks has retired from the event. Okay, Paul Lindsay, oh no, Paul Lindsay is in the lead here. Apparently Jared Haslam has gone off track. Let's see what happened with Haslam. Wow. Haslam gets it a little wrong there. Taking a good little while to get back on track, losing all kinds of positions. Currently running a P4 at the moment. Boy, how the tables have turned. Now he's over 3 seconds behind Mitchell. And now he's the one that's got to play catch up. We're 1/3 of the way through this event. 10 minutes have elapsed of a 30-minute event. Paul Lindsay is your leader. Oh, that's that double right-hander there that we see. That is catching folks out big time. That's going to make or break the race right there for some folks. Piper trying his best to run him down. Here's that tricky final turn. Piper's seemed to have gotten the hang of going through there. I know he had spun once in practice there. It just looks like the car could just be ready to just go off at any moment for any of these guys on track if you push it just that much too far. Looks like Lindsay's trying to get to that 2-second gap now. Will just did get over it now, 2 seconds. Mitchell, there was that double right-hander. He has problems that Mitchell obviously cannot take advantage himself. He has gained 2-3 tenths on Piper. I love battles like this where it's not just seeing the fast guy catch him, but you're racing the guy in front, but you're truly battling the track as well. I mean, you really have to mind your P's and Q's around this place for sure. This long sweeping, I call it almost a giant S. Some of these turns seem a bit off camber. Here we're making our way down to what's now becoming the infamous double right-hander here. Closing in on Piper hard here. Is everybody who's going to stay on the track the best? Piper lighting it up a little bit, trying to stay ahead of Mitchell. I think now it's a point of, can he put pressure on Piper? And this is about to, he might try a pass here, folks. Mitchell on the inside. And Piper's holding him off so far. Good driving by Piper out of that last turn. Mitchell's still close enough to try something here a little bit. Now this will be interesting. This sweeping left and right hander here, like almost like giant S's. Not sure if I would try to pass right here though in this section. Mitchell will probably try to get close enough to try after this double right-hander, that long back stretch there. This will be fun to watch. Here we go to the double right-hander here. Oh, and Piper, yeah, he just overcooked it there. That allowed Mitchell to go right through. It's almost a thing of, see, Piper, he managed to hold on to third, and there's Jared Haslam right behind him. If you can make the guy in front crack, he can kind of do your work for you. Jared Haslam showing a little damage there. Right front knocked up a little bit from when he went off track. Doesn't appear to be anything affecting his car at the moment. And now things are happening so fast here. Paul Lindsay is your leader. Piper being hounded now by Jared Haslam. We're just past the halfway mark now. 15 minutes in of a 30-minute timed event. Oh, and something happened to Haslam there. He went a little wide there. Or at least it looked like he did. He's still kind of pretty close there. Haslam may see if he can force Piper into another error here at this double right-hander that they're coming up to right after this left hand sweeper right here. There's Haslam going through the double right-hander. Let's see how he negotiates it this time. And they both kind of tiptoe through there. Haslam trying to get a good run here. They're running out of straight now, though. Don't think he'll be able to get a pass this time around. May have to be a little closer. Piper mowing the grass just a little bit there coming out of that last turn. Here we go down to that double right-hander. Piper knows what he has to do. Oh, he kind of saved it, but not enough. Looks like Haslam did get by, though. So now Haslam is now in P3. Brandon Piper down to P4. But Haslam, he's, as you can see, over 3 seconds behind Corey Mitchell and Paul Lindsay. Paul Lindsay, he himself is enjoying a 3-second gap to Mitchell. Less than 12 minutes to go in this event. Lindsay making good time down that long back stretch. There's that final right-hander onto the front stretch here. Maintaining a 3-second gap on Mitchell. Haslam and Piper right there, they're falling behind a bit. There's Shane Hunter, currently running P5. He gained 2 positions since the start of the race. Behind him is Jordan Johnson at P6. Lost only 1 position. There's Kent Kruger and Dustin Burkhalter. They both have gained at least 1 position. Kruger 3. They're having a nice battle for 7th position there. Well, Burkhalter all over the back of Kruger there. Oh, here they come down to that double right-hander. Let's see how they handle it. Kruger runs a little wide. Burkhalter had to check up a little bit. to keep from collecting them both there. Getting reports that Jordan Johnson crashed. Let's take a look at that very quickly. There's Johnson running all by himself, and there's that double right-hander and just went in there way too hot. Here's Burkhalter still working on Kruger. Now less than 10 minutes to go in this event. Oh, there's Kruger, goes wide. And Dustin Burkhalter finally makes it past. Up to P7. Meanwhile, up at the front here, Jaron Haslam, third place. Piper there, Brandon Piper, he's a little over a second behind. Trying to see if he can catch Haslam for that final step on the podium. It was like 1.3 seconds, 1.3, 1.4 seconds. Now it's less than a second. Maybe Piper's turn to try to put pressure on Haslam. Coming to the final turn there. Haslam able to pull out to over a second once again. Making their way down to the infamous double right-hander there. Haslam takes it through. They both did a good job getting through there. Now less than 6 minutes to go in this event. Oh, Haslam having some connection issues there, popping in and out a little bit. Boy, that's going to be hard for Piper to deal with if that's what he's seeing on his screen. Piper doing a good job to keep up with Jaron Haslam there. We got reports that Mitchell went off track again. Here's Mitchell. Oh, and the car snapped to the right there. Wow. Didn't hit anything, and he had enough of a cushion there so that he didn't lose any position. Still P2. Still has over 2 seconds to Haslam. Haslam has starting to open up the gap on Piper once again. Here's Kruger and Burkhalter battling for 7th place. Burkhalter's actually over 2 seconds ahead of Kruger. Oh, Kruger just had another off there. Oh, he's having a hard time there. And that's everybody's favorite section of the track, I'm sure. Meanwhile, your leader, Paul Lindsay, is enjoying a 5-second lead over Corey Mitchell and even further over Jared Haslam. We've seen Mitchell be in that position a few times this season. Lindsay maintaining good consistency. Corey Mitchell, his gap to Haslam is still over 2 seconds. Haslam almost has the same kind of gap between him and Brandon Piper. Piper, no pressure at all from Shane Hunter. That didn't help Piper at all. He had a 10-second gap on Hunter. That's going to come down a little bit for sure. But now his gap to Haslam has dropped to almost 8 seconds here. Shane Hunter's now less than 6 seconds behind. They're just about done, so Piper just has to keep it on track a couple of more laps. Now 2 minutes to go in this event. Where everybody's situated right now, to me it seems that everyone just needs to keep their car on track. If everyone just holds status right where they are, no one's close enough to anyone to really mount an attack. But everyone, this could be our finishing order here. Lindsay under no real pressure from Mitchell. Haslam's trying to catch. There's Haslam. You saw Mitchell there in the foreground just as he went out the picture. Haslam, he's falling behind just a little bit. Mitchell is starting to pull away. We can almost see Paul Lindsay there. Lindsay enjoying a 2.5 second lead. Doesn't have to push super hard. We're 10 seconds from the flag here, and they're just going on the back stretch here, so Lindsay's going to see the checkered flag next time around. He just needs to keep it on track. There's Mitchell coming over the horizon there. Making their way through the last left-right hand turns. Looks like Paul Lindsay is going to hang on to win, folks. Paul Lindsay, you're a winner. Waiting for the rest of the field to cross the line so we can get the finishing results here. there they are, as this is their tradition with the Apex This iRacing League. The finishers, they line up for what I call the class photo there. See, it looks like Kruger, he's the last one to cross the line. Before we can pull up the finishing results, all cars have to be across the finish line before the system will generate the final results there. Okay, let's bring up your finishing results here. Jared Haslam, your winner. Corey Mitchell, second place. Brandon Piper, third. Paul Lindsay, fourth. Jordan Johnson, fifth place. Troy Banks in sixth. Shane Hunter, seventh. Eric Elkins, eighth. Dustin Burkhalter, ninth. Kent Kruger, 10th. Joe Henson Gates, 11th. Bjorn Benches, 12th. Excuse me, John Stapp in 13th position. That's how they finish. Now the guys having a little fun. Piper lighting it up. Oh, a little love tap there. And that will do it for tonight here, folks. And we want to thank you for joining us tonight for the C7DP season, season 3, round number 7 here at Mosport. Congratulations to your podium finishers, Paul Lindsay, Corey Mitchell, and Jason Haslam. We will see you in 1 week's time here. Tomorrow night we'll also be here with the GTE GT3 series. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here, and you'll get a notification of when we're getting ready to go live. For all of us here at Rice Motorsports TV, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.